Good morning, Beatles. It's Miss Victoria, of course. I am going to read to you a book since it is Yoga Tuesday. Happy Yoga Tuesday. I'm going to read to you a very special book that I got for you guys, but I have not gotten to read it to you yet. So it's called I Am Yoga, and it's by Susan Verde, and the illustrator is Peter H. Reynolds. And Susan Verde is the author that also wrote the book I Am Human, which we've read before in class. That's the little guy that's from I Am Human. And she also wrote the book I Am Love, which you guys might remember. When I feel small in a world so big, you guys ever feel small in the big world? I do. I think everybody does sometimes, because the world is so big and the universe is so big and we're just teeny weeny. When I wonder how I fit in, when the world is spinning so fast, in Yoga Tuesday, I think Miss Christie would call that your monkey mind, right? When everything is just going so fast in your mind, you have so many things to do. Adults feel like that too a lot, you know. I tell my wiggling body, be still. What do you think that is? That yellow stuff all around her. Do you think it's her light? I think it's her light. She's using her powers to tell her body, be still. So everybody say, be still. Good job. I tell my thinking mind, be quiet. So sometimes your mind is good because it tells you things in your head and in your intuition. But other times your mind is just talking so much and you can't even hear yourself think. So you have to say, mind, be quiet. So everybody do that with me. Be quiet. Shh. Good job. I tell my racing breath, be slow. So let's take 5 deep breaths together. Okay, ready? 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And since I know you guys like to do this, let's count backwards now. Ready? 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 0. Good job. I close my eyes and make room in my mind, in my heart, to create and imagine. I am yoga. I can touch the sky. I am so tall. You know what I did? I skipped something. I'm going to go back. So, does anybody know what she's standing on top of? A mountain, right? So everybody pretend that you're standing on top of a mountain like her. Put your feet together on the ground. Put your hands out beside you and pretend there's a little birdie bouncing on your head. And stand strong and say, I am strong. Good job. That's mountain pose. You can say mountain pose. Good job. I can touch the sky. I am so tall. Does anybody know what that pose is? What's around her? Trees, right? So it's tree pose. So you stand on one foot, nice and strong, and then you lift the other one up. And if you can, you put your hands up in the air. Everybody say tree pose. What does a tree have under the ground? The roots, right? So Miss Victoria always tells you, you have roots too, so you got to put your roots into the ground so that you can stand tall like this. Okay? I can soar among the clouds. I am so free. You know what? Miss Victoria doesn't know the name of that pose. Let me look it up. Airplane pose. So pretend you're an airplane or a bird. Stand on one foot, kick the other one foot back in the air, and put your arms out like an airplane. You can even make an airplane sound like meow. I can sparkle with the stars. I shimmer and shine. What's that? Her light, right? Her light is shining because she's been able to make her mind feel still and connect to her body, right? And her light. Let's see. That's called star pose. So it could be like a star in the sky or like a starfish under the ocean, right? Remember when we did the starfish project and we did all the googly eyes on the silly little pink starfish? I can dance with the moon. I light up the night. Everybody say hello, Miss Moon. This is half moon pose. So she's got one foot on the floor, one foot behind her, one arm on the floor, and one arm up. That's a tough one. I would love to see if you guys can do that one. Good job. Good job. Okay, let's see what's next, okay? I can sail on the sea. I go with the flow. Everybody say, I go with the flow. This is boat pose. So she's on a wave. So life sometimes can be like a wave, right? Everything can come in waves. Happy waves, sad waves, right? Our emotions can feel like waves. Things that happen in the world can feel like waves. And if we can be sturdy like the boat, then we can sail on the waves. We won't go underneath the water, right? We can stay on top if we're strong like that in our core and in our light. I can open my heart. I feel love. What is this one? Let's see. Make sure I get these right. Camel pose. Can anybody do that? You keep the bottoms of your legs on the floor and then you bend all the way back like a camel hump. Where do you think she is in this picture? Does anybody know what these are? They're pyramids. So maybe she might be in Egypt in this picture. I can see far and wide. I am focused. This might be eagle pose, but let me just double check. Yes. So she's doing eagle pose. This is my favorite pose. So an eagle can soar above everything and it can see the whole world from a bird's eye view. So its perspective is probably a lot different than us on the ground, right? So if you can get a new perspective, that might be interesting, right? I just noticed in every picture, there's the sun no matter where it is. Maybe that's because it's like her light. It's always there, right? Even if the clouds are there, where's the sun? Behind the clouds. Good job. I can turn things upside down. Should I read the book like this? No. I am playful. So she's doing downward dog. So if she was doing it like this, she'd be hanging from a cloud, right? Everybody try to do your downward dog. And when you do your downward dog, you can do a little woof, woof. Make sure you're breathing, right? Always make sure you're breathing. I read something before that I'll tell you after. I can stand up for me. This is warrior 1. Everybody say warrior 1. So she's standing up for herself here, right? So if somebody says something that may be not so nice, or if you feel like you need to use your throat chakra and speak up for yourself, you can stand up for yourself, right? I stand up for me. Then this is warrior 2. Everybody say warrior 2. And it says, I can stand up for others. Remember the book 1? It only took 1, right? To stand up for blue. And then all the other numbers became numbers too, right? And then who was the big guy that wasn't so nice in the beginning? It was red, right? He was bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Because they weren't standing up for each other. So his power was growing. And then as soon as one stood up for blue, then they could all stand up for each other. And what happened at the end to red? He became number 7, right? I can stand up for peace. This is called peaceful warrior. Everybody say peaceful warrior. Good job. Can you do this pose? Good job. Peace is very important to have in the world, right? And to hope for in the world. This is if I'm not mistaken, I believe the dove is a symbol of peace. So that kind of bird is a dove. And when you see it, it's supposed to remind you of peace. I can open like a flower. I am beautiful. Say, I am beautiful. Say, inside and out. Good job. I can carry beauty with me. I am full. So let's see. This one, I believe this is a lotus pose. But I'll double check on that. Because sometimes adults don't know everything, right? Sometimes Miss Victoria has to double check to make sure that I am giving you the right information. They're calling it flower pose, but I think it can also be lotus. So we could call it flower pose. What's happening outside because it's springtime? What's blooming? The flowers, right? So everybody, let's do flower pose. See, she's got her hands underneath her feet. Okay? And this one is bow or basket pose. I can carry beauty with me. I am full. So she lays on her belly and she reaches back to grab for her feet. Like a basket of flowers, right? I can say that I've had enough for today. I relax. This is called child's pose. So this is your pose, guys. Your time to shine. Child's pose. Very good. I can rest. I am calm. This is called Shavasana pose. Resting pose. This is the pose that you do at the end when yoga time is ending, right? Miss Christie gives you a little beanie baby to put on your belly and you rest. So you guys, if you have a snuggly at home that you want to put on your belly, and look at it go up and down while you breathe, you can do that. It's called Shavasana. Everybody say Shiva Sina. Shavasana. Good job. Now the world is the right speed, is just the right speed. Now my world is just the right size. So what happened from the beginning? At the beginning, she felt overwhelmed, right? The world was so big and she felt so small and so overwhelmed, and she felt like she didn't have enough power. But what is here? Your light, right? And you say, I am powerful, right? And when you say I am powerful and you focus, you can make it feel like this so that the whole world could be in your hands, right? Now I see I fit in just fine. I am yoga. I can be anything. And there she is doing tree pose again because she feels grounded, right? Her roots are in the ground, right? Very important. You put your roots in the ground and shine your light every day, right? And that is the end. So everybody say, I can be anything. Good job. So that is the book, I Am Yoga. So if I remember Miss Christie's song correctly, I think it says, yoga time is ending and we are winding down. What is it? Feet up, backs down, bellies on the ground. I think that's what it is. Maybe you guys could tell me what it is. Okay, thank you guys. Bye. And then at the end of a class, you say, namaste. And namaste means the light in me sees the light in you. So my light sees your light.